That's Monty Pittman right here on your Classic Metal Show with Blood Hungry Thirst from the Power of Three release. And this is Neely rocking with your Classic Metal Show. We're back after a week off, and want to welcome back my pussy hound friend, Chris Aiken. What's up there, pussy hound?
Now, why did you say that? That's not very nice.
Well, who even determined that I was even nice?
I don't know. Not me.
You're jumping around there. Why don't you reconnect real quick?
All right, let's see if that's better.
Much better.
There it is.
Already.
All right, so here we go.
It always seems like that initial first connection just kind of doesn't work quite right, and then from there on, it just works fine.
Yeah, but the weird thing is I actually did connect like midway through that song.
Yeah.
Just to test it, just to try and avoid that problem, but of course not.
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure. Now, what cable service do you use for your internet?
Time Warner.
So are you going to get bought out by Comcast?
Yes, sir.
That's a good thing for the service part, I think, but okay. I don't know how to work as far as their billing, et cetera, is concerned. But that's what the CMS studio has been running on for the last 10 years is Comcast high-speed cable.
Yeah, I'm envisioning that I'm going to get fucked really hard in the ass.
How do you figure?
Because they have the bandwidth cap.
Yeah, but if you have a business line, it would be a lot higher.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do. I mean, I know I'm going to have to restructure everything that I do because of these cocksuckers.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to cost me probably double what I pay now.
It's $90.
For the business class?
Yes.
That's really not bad.
$90.
All right, then I might be okay.
Yeah. So
as long as the cap is like 3 terabytes, I'm good.
Right.
But if it's like I was reading online, some of the commercial shit that they serve has like 500 gig. I was like, fucking A, that's like I'll blow through that in a week. Well, I mean, dude, I'm running 7 computers, 2 Rokus. And 24 hours basically with my son working nights for me.
Sure.
I will definitely blow through 500 gig.
Right.
And the show and everything else. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hope.
Well, I would look into the business class because I believe the last time I checked it was $90.
Well, bottom line is if it just costs me more, it just costs me more. It is what it is. I have to keep it.
Exactly.
So.
All right, well, back to the Classic Metal Show.
Mm-hmm.
We are here live after a week off. Chris and I had intended on bringing you a new show last week, but due to various circumstances, it didn't happen, so you got a repeat. And I was inspired by something that you had posted over there on the Facebook.
Okay.
I dug out the old 2008 show where the Rev threw down his challenge to us to debate him on Eddie Trunk, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just dig that show out, and I'll just play it in its entirety as a replacement show for us.
Well, that is a good one to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
The Rev, what a douchebag!
I know, and it's funny that you gave him a part in your book.
I did. He got a little love in the book, so to speak.
You ought to locate that guy and just anonymously send the book and then have like a bookmark right in that section.
It wouldn't be hard. I'm sure we got his address. The fucker used to give out his his address and his phone number all the time.
Yeah, but you remember he reunited with his band over in Texas?
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
I'm sure that's broke up now.
I'm sure it never did anything.
I'm sure he's back at McDonald's, waiting tables.
Right. So anyway, good stuff. But anyway, we are back, and tonight on the Classic Metal Show, we're going to bring you two guests that have never been on the show before. First of all, we're going to speak with the lead vocalist of the band called Trauma.
Right.
And if you don't know who Trauma is, they were kind of a thrash band back in the very early 80s, which featured future bassist Cliff Burton of Metallica fame.
Right. So, yeah, Trauma has always had that in their history, but I think most people probably don't know their music at all.
They were a one-and-done band.
Right.
And they're re-releasing or have re-released their debut One and Done CD, which is called
Scream.
Something's like Scratch and Scream or
Scratch
something.
and Scream. That's
Scratch
it.
and Scream.
Yep.
And then also, just due to your personal interest in this guy, we're going to bring on what do you want to call instrumentalist guy? Hey, Monty Pittman. Now, the name isn't a household name.
No.
But if you enjoy anything from metal to pop rock, i.e. Madonna.
Right.
This Monty Pittman has been in the band Prong.
Right.
And he currently plays with Madonna.
I know. So he obviously can play.
Yeah. So he does a lot of different styles of music.
Sure.
And so he's got a solo release that he's promoting, which I'm assuming this is his first solo release.
No idea.
I have no idea either. I'm just assuming.
Right.
But the artist's name, as I said, called Monty Pittman, and the name of his CD is called The Power of Three.
Right. Did you just fire something up?
Yeah, it's what I got to get a different hard drive because it goes idle when you don't use it.
Okay.
And then as soon as you click on something, it fires up.
All right. I was like, Jesus, is my shit acting up?
No, that was me.
Okay.
That was me. No, I just need to get a different style hard drive. That's all.
Demon in the chat room, can I request Like a Virgin for Ryan?
There you go. Wow.
Very nice. We're off and running.
I gotta say though, of all the people in our chat room,
yeah,
doesn't it seem like the girls have the more sharp wit?
Yeah, they're not as dulled like our dullard guys that listen.
Yeah, between Demon and Angel of Death,
yeah,
those two girls have the sharpest, cutting sense of humor of anybody I think remember being in the chat room.
Right, they would definitely be ball busters if you were dating either one of them.
Man. Well, I think Demon. I believe she's married, so she probably keeps her cuckold in line.
Yeah, that dude probably stays in the closet unless she allows him to come out.
Bring out the gimp.
Yeah, exactly. All right, sit on the couch now, stupid.
Right. The gimp's sleeping. Well, go wake him up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nice. And then, of course, Angel of Death. She's a whole story onto herself.
And what a lovely story that is.
Right. So anyway, that's what's going on tonight as far as guests are concerned.
Yeah.
And being that we've been away for a week, you did not discuss some of the things that you want to bring to the show tonight. So I guess you've had kind of a sort of an eventful the last 2 weeks.
I have. I've been busy.
Apparently. So you're going to be bringing some of your stories and some of your silliness and whatever else you got on tap.
Yeah, there was I know you haven't listened to the audio yet, but there was some real silliness going on last week. We will definitely be doing, I don't know, if we have time, we'll do some of my karaoke, and I'll tell the story behind that. It's pretty actually stupid, but yeah, we have some of that going on, and we have a definite story that I want to tell around midnight or later. Okay. About where I actually was last Saturday.
Sure.
And whatever else sort of comes up, because I have definitely been running a little bit crazy these last 2 weeks.
And what is the impetus behind that?
Behind running crazy the last 2
weeks?
Weeks?
What's going on? Are you just in a weird headspace, or is it just circumstances that pop up, or what?
A little both. I'm definitely was in a weird headspace last week when the ex put a ring on somebody else's hand. Definitely put me in a weird fucking head zone.
Sure.
But, and then the rest of it has just been kind of, me. I like to party and I like to run down, and I certainly like chasing the ladies, and I have been. And just the circumstances have been there to, have opportunities for the last week.
Right.
So I've been chasing it.
Well, there you go. Well, at least since the listeners did not get a new show last week, maybe we'll make up for it tonight.
Oh, I think we've got plenty to give them tonight. That's for sure.
And that's the other thing, being that we didn't have a new show to share last week, I always enjoy those comments the day after on the CMS Facebook, which is, by the way, facebook.com/the CMS.
Right.
Where's the Spreaker?
Dude.
Where's the Spreaker?
I know. We owe them.
Yep.
We definitely owe them a show every single week.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we did try.
Yeah, we did make 2 or 3 attempts at doing it, but it just wasn't in the card. So
it just was not happening for, and I'll take full credit for that. I'm not going to put any of that on you. It was me not being able to make the time or not finding the time to do it. Sure. It was that simple.
Right. Well, speaking of the Spreaker, we are slowly creeping up there on 250,000 downloads.
Wow.
250,000.
That is bizarro, man.
Basically, in 18 months, 250,000 downloads.
Wow.
Just on the Spreaker.
For our dumb shit.
Yeah, I think we're at 221,000.
Wow. God damn, dude.
And then we're creeping up, which is kind of weird. We're creeping up on 5,000 followers.
Jeez.
It wasn't but 4 months ago we were under 1,000, and now we're almost at 5,000 now.
Sure.
I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it caught fire there, and so we're at almost 5,000 followers and 250,000 downloads.
Wow. Who would have ever thought that could happen? That is, I mean, the 5,000 followers, whatever, because me and you, between us, we have no idea what that means. But, the 220,000 downloads, 250,000 on Spreaker is just fucking amazing, man.
Well, again, I tout the greatness of Spreaker. I love it. The creators of that, they knew what they were doing, and they have come up with a fantastic service.
Sure. And as a new caveat on the show, we are actually broadcasting live right now on the Spreaker.
Yeah, you configured the CMS radio network where it kicks in at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
To broadcast live on the Spreaker. So if you're listening via the Spreakers, the Spreaker.com/ now what is the address for the live stream?
It's just the regular address. It's what is it? Spreaker.
CMS Rocks?
Yeah, it's I think. Now I gotta look. CMS Rocks.
Because I know they divided it into 2 shows, but it's all the same.
Yeah, if you go to Spreaker.com/CMS Rocks, the thing that says latest episode, where it always puts the latest episode, is the broadcast.
Yeah, it's the live broadcast as we speak.
Right, so you can listen that way when we're live. And, here's a cheat for those of you that want to cheat. Until right after the show, you can download it too if you really want to have the archive of it.
Right, because we'll delete it tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be deleted in the morning, but if you want it tonight, if you want to have it forever, it's yours.
Yeah, just download it and you'll get your best stuff for free.
Yep, there you go.
For free. Shh,
don't tell anybody.
Right. So there you are. But love that Spreaker, man.
I do too. It was a definite good find for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of, and this has nothing to do with the Classic Metal Show, but speaking of social media,
yeah,
you and I are big fans of the Roku. I've got the Roku, and love Netflix and love the Hulu and all those things.
Sure.
Well, I ran across, because I love documentaries.
Right.
Like today I watched, and there's this whole series of documentaries out there that are like 25 minutes long.
Okay.
They're really short, and they cover, they're just quick hitter segments. Like I watched one on Abraham Lincoln today.
Okay.
And it's like 25 minutes.
Nice. That's cool.
And there's one out there. There's this documentary series that covers things like McDonald's, Chipotle.
Okay.
I watched one on the one that I'm bringing up here is LinkedIn.
Really?
LinkedIn makes more money than Facebook or or there's like they added up like 4 different outlets combined. They make more money doing what they do.
How?
Through advertising and through corporate sponsorship that use LinkedIn looking as a headhunter type thing.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Whatever. But that is like a multi-billion-dollar company.
Would have had no idea. I have a LinkedIn page. You have a LinkedIn page.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never use it.
I don't either. But I'm amazed at the revenue that thing generates.
Yeah. And I will say I do get a lot of emails from people that are headhunting. I get emails. I get 5-6 a week from people. Hey, saw your profile on LinkedIn. Wanted to see if you wanted to take this gig for an Ajax developer here in wherever, bumfuck, Wisconsin.
Right.
I get those all the time.
Well, regardless of that, I watched one about LinkedIn, and believe it or not, they're all over the world.
Okay.
And their main office is out there in Silicon Valley.
Sure.
And they literally make billions of dollars.
That's amazing to me.
It is. It really is. And so I'm thinking, dude, you and I have been, more or less a labor of love doing the Classic Metal Show for, together.
Sure.
For the last, give or take 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to figure out how to capitalize on some of that big change. Let's get some of that cash.
Well, we are writing books now.
yeah, but we're not generating millions of dollars.
What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, that's my point. I'm looking at all this IT based stuff, and it's just like these guys are making bucks. How come we can't make bucks?
Well, we could, I guess, but we'd have to dedicate to that shit.
I suppose so.
That would be oof. Can you imagine if we did find some way to make billions out of this fucking dumb show?
Well, we wouldn't have to work. Our whole job would just be the CMS.
Boy, that would be nice now, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I might be willing to give them 2 shows a week if that was the case.
Right. But anyway, I thought you might be interested in that.
Oh, yeah. I have to definitely watch this. But
yeah.
That's amazing to me, though, that it's LinkedIn. No one uses LinkedIn.
That's what I thought. I thought the same thing. And at the first 10 to 12 minutes of the show, I'm like, well, how do you generate revenue? And they explain their revenue stream and where it all came from and this and that. And I'm just like, holy shit, those guys make some big money.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's just fucking crazy. But, yeah, and it's weird because it's going to get even bigger. Now with Facebook starting to die out, too, it's going to open the door for more. Somebody's going to take that space.
Sure.
And LinkedIn already has damn near everybody. Almost everybody has a profile there.
Yep, they do.
So it could very well be LinkedIn that replaces Facebook here in like 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is that Facebook officially drops dead.
Right.
You think it's going to drop dead?
I don't know that it'll drop dead, but I'm sure it'll go to the wayside like MySpace.
Yeah.
And the other one that was really funny that they had brought up, that their office was right next door in the same hallway corridor, was Friendster.
Oh, God.
And Friendster went to the wayside and LinkedIn, did not.
Right. That's crazy.
And some of the same people were developing that,
Sure.
So, it's just interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway. Well, we are live here on the Classic Metal Show. As you can tell, Chris and I are just bantering. We're just catching up like 2 old bros, man.
We really haven't talked to each other, 1 or 2 times in 2 weeks?
We only talked once this week and barely spoke last week.
Yeah. The only time we spoke last week was, I can't do it at this time. What about this time?
Well, we didn't even speak. We just instant messaged.
Yep, just texting or whatever.
So, yeah, so we're back, and I actually was very prepared today. I have 4 computers here in the CMS studio.
Wow! And
I went through. I updated all of the updates.
Right.
I repurchased a new 5 license PC-Matic. I told you about the PC-Matic, right? Well. I got a deal for $20.14 for 5 licenses for PC-Matic.
All right.
So I cleaned up all the computers using PC-Matic.
Nice.
And got everything, kind of tip-top. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready to do a show tonight.
Well, there you go.
I'm ready for some laughter.
I'm ready to just fucking be silly tonight. That's for sure.
I'm the same way.
you know.
So anyway, that's what's going on with the Classic Metal Show. So if you are listening to us live, if you're listening over on the Spreaker, or if you're one of our new listeners, maybe you just stumbled on the show, we do have a live chat room going on right now. If you go over to Chat and Kill, just spell it out, chatandkill.com, we have a chat room. If you're listening for the first time on Spreaker, pop in there, check it out, see if you want to become one of going back, listening to that old dirt talk.
Yeah.
If you want to be one of the DCC or one of the dirt heads.
The dirt heads.
One of the dirt heads.
Dirt heads. What was wrong with that guy? How did he not know he was a retard?
Because he was trying to be Rush Limbaugh with the ditto heads.
He was such a fucking idiot.
Well, he was basically trying to copy everybody what was going on out there, but instead of the ditto heads, he's a dirt head.
Do you think he looks at his fucking wall at that certificate that he got from the bullshit school of broadcasting and just is like, damn, I never got to do one thing with this.
Remember that time that Wheezy uncovered one of his broadcasts?
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, oh, boy.
He was awful.
Oh, boy. So funny.
I miss that guy. I wish he'd come back on the air.
No kidding. Love it.
I do, too.
All right, dude. Well, I think we need to take a break. Everybody needs to go get a drink.
All right.
Get settled in. Get ready to rock.
I'm in.
Coming up in about 20 minutes, we have our first interview with Trauma.
Cool.
What's this guy's name? Hillier?
Donnie Hillier.
Chris? Or
Donnie.
Donnie Hillier. That's right. Lead vocalist of Trauma. So we'll be talking to him in about 20 minutes.
Cool.
And I saw a very early request in the chat room, chatandkill.com. They wanted to hear interview that we did, or a song from one of our interview guests we had a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
They wanted to hear something from Pisser.
All right.
And we had Anthony Esposito on the show.
Yeah.
As well as Frank Farrar.
Yep. They actually wanted us to call. They wanted to call in tonight, and I actually said no.
Really?
Yep.
Why did they want to call?
They're starting tracking the new record today.
And so they enjoyed their call, or
yeah, they want to do the show more often. The only reason I said no was because I knew we missed a week, and we had 1,000,005 things going on.
Is it their publicist that wanted that, or is it the guys?
The publicist said the guys wanted to call in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
So,
I mean, are they just doing this for everybody who interviewed them, or did they actually just enjoy our show?
I know for a fact that the publicist is a big fan of the CMS.
Okay.
So I think he lured them to us.
All right. Well,
fun with us.
Well, regardless, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that. Well, let them know. We'll be glad to have them on again, maybe in another week or something.
Well, that's exactly what I told him. I said, you know what, any other week would be fine, but this week we got so much shit going on that we gotta kind of be like,
yeah, sure. But I'd be glad to have Frank or Anthony back on.
Yeah, or even that singer guy. Remember, they kept talking like that singer's the whack job. So, I'm all in to talk to the wacky guy, the Eric Toast or whatever.
Yeah, I'm all off. He was was he with Honky Toast, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? To be honest, I actually liked that Honky Toast.
Really?
I did.
I don't know it. So
yeah, Honky Toast. They I think they only had like one or two radio singles, but this was back maybe 12 years ago.
Okay, I cannot say I know this band at all.
Yeah,
Honky Toast.
Yeah, they were kind of they kind of reminded me a little bit of Buck Cherry.
Okay,
kind of in that vein.
Sure.
So, yeah, I dug those guys. And, yeah, Frank and Anthony's welcome back on. I'd love to have them back on. I like those guys.
I did, too. They're both good.
All right. Well, anyway, jump in the chat room, chatandkill.com. Send us an email request at theclassicmetalshow.com and go get a drink and hang out, and we'll be back in a few. And, well, here it is. This is an early request. This is Pisser with Busted exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.